Hi YouTube family, my name is Vicky. In today's video I will give you tips and trick to work with Visual Studio. With this setting your code look amazing, and it will also help you to improve your speed, your productivity, confidence while working with the visual. Here are the things which we are going to cover in this video. So we are going to cover the font settings, font ligatures, breadcrumb settings, format on save, cursor blinking settings. So let's go one by one in each of these settings and let's see from where we can enable all those settings and what all options we have. So let's start with the font setting. You can actually change the default code which is there in your Visual Studio. So let me go to my Visual Studio. So this is my Visual Studio. I have different format files here like bash.sh, index.html, main.tf, JSON file. I have a Java file as well and the YAML file. Now let's suppose I need to change the default font. So how I can do that? For that, if I'm on the Windows machine, then what I need to do is I need to press Ctrl plus comma, and if I'm on the Mac machine, then what I need to use is Command plus comma. Now what it is going to do is it is going to open the settings for you, and in the settings you need to search for font family. Now here is the font family, and here you need to go to the font. Now here is the default font which is there in my Visual Studio. So this is the default font for all of these files. If I want, I can change this thing. So I already have couple of codes, like let's suppose if I want to change it to, let me replace that thing, it will save automatically, so I don't have to do anything. So if you look at the code, now the code looks little bit different, right? Let me go back and let me go to the previous setting so that you can do the comparison. See, so whatever the font you like, you can give that font here and it is going to work as a default font for you. So I'm comfortable with these fonts, so I'm not going to change it, but you do have an option, you can select any of the font and change. Now let's move to the next setting, that is the font ligature. Not recommended for most of the languages. Why it is not recommended? Because it is going to change the way symbols look. So here if you look at the example, if you are using a not equal to, the sign for the not equal to is this in many of the languages, but it is going to change your code something to look like this. Now how to enable this setting? So for that, what you need to do is you need to search for font ligatures. Here is the settings, and you need to edit in the setting, and you need to change this value to true. So how to change this value to true? Just mention it true. While closing this file, you will get the option to save it. As of now, I don't want to save it. Don't save. So from here you can enable this setting, but again that is totally up to you. If you like this setting, you can enable it, but it is going to change most of the symbols for you, so you need to make sure of that thing as well. Now the breadcrumb setting, that is something important. It is going to display the path where exactly the file is. So if you look at the bash.sh, it is coming from where it is telling me here is the path. Let me go to the index.html. It is telling me index.html policy, so it is telling me all those details. And let me go to the setting and close this thing. This setting is enabled for me. Show code details, it is enabled. If I am going to disable this thing, so let me disable this thing. Now see the difference. It is not telling me the file name and the path, right? So this setting is very important. You need to enable this thing if it is not enabled by default, so that it will tell you the path as well. Now the next we have the format on save. That is something important. Now let me search for the format on save and what exactly this setting is. Format on save. This thing is already enabled for me. If this setting is not enabled for you guys, make sure you enable this thing. Now what this setting is going to do is, let's suppose I'm working on main.tf. This is a Terraform file and this is the correct format. Let me change the format a bit and then let me save it. See, it has corrected the format for me, right? Let me do one more change here and let me try to save it. See, it has corrected the format for me. So this setting is very important. It is going to help you a lot when you are working on a code. You always miss spaces and all those things. So it will help you to correct all those things. Now the next we have the cursor blinking settings. So as of now I have the cursor blinking setting. So if you see at my cursor, it is blinking right now, but you can actually change this setting as well. So for that, what you need to do is you need to type cursor, and here is the cursor. Okay, sorry, cursor. So for me blink is selected, so you can select any one from here. Like if you are good with expand, if you are good with solid, so you can go and choose any of the settings from here.